It is day 19, and here is a lovely little shelter that we spent our first shelter night in. Lean-to, actually. I just heard from one of the people we were sleeping next to that it's called shelters down south, and it's lean-tos up here. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know the difference.
I learned about it just now.
But yeah, so we were in our lean-to for the night, and cool experience. Will we do it again? I don't know. Let's just say I dealt with a lot of mosquitoes through the night. Every time I would pop my head out, it would accidentally just pop out of it, and then right in the ear. I'm like, oh no! I even had a bug net on through the night. They'd still kind of bite through the net. So yeah, you got to deal with that when you're in there. What'd you deal with?
I dealt with a little visitor at night. I was sleeping in my tent, so my head was also under my tent, and I felt something in my stomach as I was sleeping. So I tried to brush it away, and it was definitely some sort of rodent because it was making little noises and fighting me. It wanted to stay in my belly.
Oh.
So I had to really push him off until he left me alone. I was half asleep when that happened, so it was all a daze. And I was really grumpy at first, but I fell back to sleep in 2 seconds.
It's funny. We've definitely heard about the shelter mice and the shelter rodents. There's lots of chipmunks and squirrels around here. I actually saw...
So don't know which one.
Yeah, I saw some mice run across the trail when we were first coming up to this thing, and we definitely saw some squirrels, being brave around here, so who knows what it was. You deal with them when you're out here in the elements. Yeah, I mean, we chose this because it was pouring, like you saw yesterday. Pouring rain. It was just, too saturated the ground to really want to set up the tent and deal with all that.
But overall, it was amazing. We met 2 really cool people, both sobos, so hopefully we'll catch up to them today.
Yeah.
We want to run and catch up to them when I just left.
Yeah, hopefully we can hike with them a little bit.
Yeah, very informative. Really cool guy.
Other than that, it's going to be a nice day today, so hopefully all of our stuff dries off until we hit the next water crossing. We just heard it's going to be probably chest high. We'll see when we get there. It has been raining all day yesterday. Alright. We're walking next to this thing for a long ways, this river. I'm sure that's going to be one of the ones we got to cross coming up here soon. Well, after all the moose scat that we have seen, no moose through the forest yet, but I would say that's gotta be a moose print. That is pretty much the size of my hand. Very clear one, look at that. It's like a perfect hoof. Very cool. Pretty cool to finally see a moose print. Been looking everywhere for those things. I'm thinking they were just kind of sunk down in a lot of the deep water. It probably fills really quick with water and you can't tell. That was cool to see a fresh one. We actually saw a bunch more right after it, so he's definitely walking down the trail this morning. Didn't get to catch him though. He's obviously going the other direction based on his prints. He's northbound. But yeah, the water, we're still going next to it over there. It's pretty cool. We've been following this river. A little worried because it is rushing really fast. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and some people that we were at the shelter with, they were saying that when they did it, it was up to maybe their chest height, like above their belly button. And if they did it before all this rain, it could be much higher. And we've heard sometimes people have had to wait it out till the water gets lower. We don't want to have to do that, but we'll see when we get there. Definitely hearing like it's going to be our highest water crossing yet. But we got some experience now. Still looking forward to it. It's all part of the experience. Nice day out here today. And we'll see where we get to today. It is cold. It is murky. I cannot see under the water. I don't think this is... I think it's over there. It's going to be deep. This isn't the river. This is like a side flood. This is nothing bad. Hasn't even touched my feathers yet. Alright.
It turns out we have to cross a section into an island And now you have to cross another section, which we're about to do now.
This is probably the more treacherous one. It's definitely flowing a lot faster.
This is our little island here.
We're about to find out.
So it's pretty deep right at the start. That's the section that we just crossed over there, from there over here. Now we have to cross the section here. Oh. This is our friend here. And he just let up, but he really likes him. Yeah, some salt. Oh my goodness. What is going on over here? Waist deep for sure.
It's strong, it's strong. I can see how people get sweat.
Uh-oh. This might be our first situation. Are you okay?
This is actually really difficult.
Oh man, be careful.
It's really wanting to sweep me.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. My feet are sliding off the rocks. There are like boulder pebbles. Take your time. Try to take your time across.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright.
And he made it. Thank goodness. My god, I was a little worried for a second. Alright, it's my turn now.
I just made it through. It was definitely up to about my chest level. The bag got wet. I'm gonna have to check my pack in a second to make sure everything stayed dry in the compactor bag.
See how a person could get stuck in sweat.
The reason she's facing upstream is if you were to turn, your legs buckle the other way. That's the way they bend. So it'll bend your leg and you'll go crouching down and it'll sweep you. It'll send you right down to your butt. Just got to go like 3 feet more. But careful, careful, don't get off balance. Don't get off balance, go slow.
It's the current trying to get my upper body.
1 or 2 more feet.
Yeah, the start of the current is the worst. I'm good, okay. I'm good now.
Yeah. Nice. That was our hardest one yet. Now I can see why the Kennebec. Yeah. I'm sure that is 10 times,
when they say
you
it's
know.
impassable, then it's just impassable.
Yeah.
You don't want to like say, oh, maybe it's passable.
I could see if that was up to like my shoulders, yeah.
I could see myself falling over for sure.
This is our buddy we've been hiking with, Hillbilly, our first southbound buddy we've been hiking with. We're gonna help him out. But yeah, it's a crazy process here. Alrighty, so that was the West Branch Piscataquis, I think, river that we just crossed. Definitely our toughest one yet. Don't know what we're in store for after this. We got a few more crossings coming up. But that one we definitely had to use the tips for. They were definitely...
Yeah, a few tips is to face the river. Because if we were facing the other way, we would have been swept away.
Yeah, your legs would buckle.
Yeah, for our legs not to buckle, our knees not to bend. Another one is to keep the packs unbuckled. Because people have drowned from their packs being stuck somewhere and then they're not able to pull themselves out from their packs.
You'll be stuck backwards the way it goes, so you're like a turtle on its back and then it can catch on a branch or something underwater.
Yeah, so definitely have them unbuckled. And we also found that stepping on small rocks is better than trusting big rocks because the big rocks are slimy, the current's going faster on them, so you would definitely want to use your trekking poles and like look for the ground or the little gravels to make it across. And even with all that, it was still difficult. The current's strong, so...
Slow. Yeah, slow pace. Don't try to rush your steps. Each
slow,
step
steady.
you take, it wants to sweep each foot.
And think about every step that you're taking. Very thought out. And also, we use our rain pack covers to keep our packs a little bit more dry, but when we came out, it was actually like a puddle underneath our rain pack cover. Like held a whole bunch of water, so we had to
dump all that water
out. So I'm not too sure how useful it was, but we didn't check our packs either because what's wet is wet. So yeah.
Maybe when we get to a dry location, we'll open it up and see if we have to dry anything out. But
it's
really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Now that we finished, it was a lot of fun.
Fun experience. We can look back at that one.
We're gonna remember this one.
And we're looking forward to other ones.
Yep. Alright.
You know, sometimes you're just walking on the trail and then out of nowhere, bam! Mr. Slug ends up just being right in your face on a nice silk string. I never knew the slugs could come down like little silkworms. I've seen silkworms hanging down.
It's
But look at this.
trivia time.
Look at this guy. Look at his little...
Is it a slug?
That's definitely a slug. Look at his
Is it
little
a worm?
little face on him. But it's like that is head level. I almost went right into him. Well, this section we're in is quite the muddy mess. We're going across lots of little streams and stuff. They just have to step through the water. And right here, not really able to avoid the mud too much. It's just trudging on through. It is a chocolate soup.
Extra fudge. Oh man, where should I step?
I don't know, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna whoop! Oh my gosh. And I think my foot went about a foot or so under back there. And I figure it's just gonna be like that through this section. So, whoop, there it goes.
Walk that little log.
Oh yeah. I will wash them off in the next stream. Well, aren't you special for getting through without a sloppy foot? Taking our midday lunch break, just right here on the trail. We stopped at a little tent site back there, but mosquito heaven back there. They were everywhere. Yeah, I'm having some mashed potatoes. I think roasted garlic mashed potatoes here. Eat these up and then go on to my tuna packet. Got some tuna. I think she's doing the same thing back there, right? What kind of potatoes?
I have butter and bacon sour cream potatoes.
Oh man, she's definitely got mine by a landslide. That sounds pretty good. But yep, just taking a little break. Munch 'em. There are some skeeters here too. It's kind of like munch, swat, munch, swat. Got some streams coming up. I saw another river ford coming up not too far away. It's gonna be about shin height to knee height. Out here on this little logging road, taking a little breather on this cool little bridge. It's crazy to see a bridge like this on a road without railings. And I drifting asleep a tiny bit at the wrong moment, and woo! It's a pretty big drop. Probably 15 feet down. There are some giant roots here, and I'm not talking about that one. Would you look at the size of that? Wow, that's a big tree there. Ugh. Anything else you want to share with the group?
Yes, I just took a tiny little spill.
Right back on all this. You can see it's really wet and rocky.
But my pole suffered the most.
No!
Fully bent pole.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna try to bend it back to place, but I don't know how much I could trust this guy anymore. I'm still gonna trust him, but
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can bend it back and it'll still be strong, but
it saved me though. I probably would have fallen harder. We were bending it back, and then bam, a crack. So hoping we could buy replacement parts for this bottom section, because when I open it here, it pulls out completely. So I'm hoping you can just buy that part. Not sure. But on the upside, I'm still able to open it a pretty good, decent amount. So I'm just gonna be using it without this end piece here.
Yeah, still works for what we need for keeping balanced and pushing our way up, and especially in streams and everything. It's honestly been a little while since we've seen moose droppings, but you know how I said sometimes you see them like every few feet? Watch this. Bam. Walk a little bit and bam. Walk a little bit more. And bam. Walk a little bit more. And wazam! That's a lot. Look at this. I mean, sometimes it's just like, is this one moose? Is this a whole bunch of moose all walking together? Look at this. We got more here. We got a whole bunch right here. It's insane sometimes. Well, I don't think we're gonna get a signal out here today on July 28th. So I just want to give a big shout out to my brother, Brandon. It is his birthday today. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you the best, buddy. I wish I could talk to you right now, but it's looking like we won't hit some mountains till the next couple days. So, happy birthday, dude. One more little river crossing of the day. Got some fellow southbound travelers with us. What do we have in here?
Wow, we're having some creamy chicken with rice.
That looks delicious. Mine is pre-soaking right here. We're here at Bald Mountain Pond Lean-To. Right out on a nice lake. Got our tent way back in the woods back there. And a nice little torso of a tree here. Interesting. But yeah, we're not gonna spend the night in the shelter this time. It's nice and dry out today, so we're gonna go tenting after this. But yeah, good munch. Good day. Put in 9 miles today. We are right in front of a big mountain. As soon as we wake up tomorrow, hitting about 1,400 feet, I think, of elevation. Right on down to the next shelter. It's like a 4.5 miler up and down the mountain. We'll determine then if we want to keep going or not, however the mountain acts to our joints and muscles. Alright, we're going to enjoy the night. We'll probably see you guys tomorrow.